Huh, yeah, we totally just disappeared there. Somehow OBS was just gone. I don't, possibly I accidentally closed it on the window, like maybe if I right clicked and accidentally clicked again. Weird. All right, well, I will. Yeah, I have no idea where it was when I cut out, but basically, I'm gonna try one more. I'm gonna try one more thing, which is the tab layout inside Blinka DisplayIO with the Pygame display. Um, oh, yeah. Thank you for pinging me. Actually, I totally would not have noticed that. I would have been still sitting here just talking as though the stream was running, and it wouldn't have been. So yeah, thank you for the ping, by the way. And if folks want to head out or need to head out or whatever, for sure. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I'll catch you next time, of course. But I am gonna try this out real fast. I figured I'd flip it back on for a minute while I do it. Be interested. Maybe I'll go back and see where it was when I cut out and see if I can figure out if I like accidentally clicked it or something on the other side. Because like just I saw your ping and I started to say like thanks, and then I was working on this, and then all of a sudden it dawned on me like you were saying that because I left, and then that's when I looked at my start bar and noticed that OBS was just gone. I didn't see like any errors or anything pop up for it. It just was like gone. So either I misclicked and closed it, or it crashed with no error or anything. One of the two. Hopefully I just misclicked and closed it, which is a weird thing to hope for, but the alternative is that it just crashed for no reason. Or, well, I mean, obviously there's a reason, but crashed without telling me the reason, which would be quite a bit more difficult to troubleshoot. And obviously problematic if it does that. I've definitely streamed longer than this before, so we're not even on like the longest stream really. I don't know. Hopefully I did it accidentally. Okay, we got all of our imports now. Or not, actually. We don't have time, apparently. All it read was gone a minute ago, though. Weird. Honestly, this should be using the display variable anyway. Even in the other example, this should have been display, the variable called display rather than board.display, because it gets set to board.display. This allows the code to be more interchangeable. Okay, so BMPs, I think we'll need these. We don't have currently, so let's grab those. I should maybe add some of this stuff. I'm hesitant. Some of these examples use just like random paste in versions of the libraries. So I haven't checked all of them in. Some of them I think some of them don't work as well, so There are some tests which I wouldn't check in if they're not working, but there's obviously a lot of them that I've written that I haven't checked in. I probably should. Do we need anything else for this? I think should be all we need, I think. Let's see, maybe we're missing libraries or something? Oh, that's weird, because we just added it, so it definitely does have a width. But I installed the other one. Ooh. We actually need both. Huh. Okay. Yeah. I think let's that's actually a bit tricky because I just made 2 PRs. What I actually need in order to test all of this together is both. I need the changes from both of those PRs. So I guess let's make a new branch. And yeah, we could just make it from size props, that's fine. I don't know, new version. I don't know, I'm gonna delete it afterwards anyway. So this came from size props. We'll merge in this. And then we'll install this version. Do I have to uninstall? If I just do install, does that work? I've been doing uninstall first all this time, but it looks like actually you can just do install. Kind of nice. Yeah, maybe I tried to close one of these. I think probably what happened is I like right-clicked on something like this and tried to close it, but I did it to OBS accidentally. That's my guess. It's also going to be what I hope for, because a mysterious OBS randomly closing itself bug does not sound very fun. Okay, everything is working except the labels. This is feeling familiar. There might be a bug with bitmap label and Blinka DisplayIO currently. Yeah, this is all coming back to me, actually. The reason why we changed the code in here is because I tested this and found it not working. Right. So bitmap label currently and Blinka DisplayIO do not work together for some reason. Not entirely sure why. Oops. The tab layout's working fine though. We don't see the labels obviously, and we don't see the text here, but the switching gets a little weird on it. Like sometimes it shows part of another, like that right there, shows part of another one black. I think that is just like Pygame display is not efficient at all. It is literally XY looping over every pixel on the display and copying each pixel into a, I think like a PIL image object. So it is absolutely not efficient whatsoever. I wonder, oh, and we don't have time.sleep. I was gonna say actually, if we were time.sleeping, that might make it worse. We're not actually. Yeah. I mean, we may not be able to get better than that on the Pygame display. We could fix the labels, we could change them to regular label, or really we need to just figure out what's wrong with bitmap label. or blink a DisplayIO if it's something in there. And so like the it's weird. It gets a little crazy on us sometimes, but it also likes to show the triangle and the circle together right there. It's not really hiding one before it's showing the other. Oh, it did that time though. I think that's just going to be the quirkiness though. Like I said, it's very, very inefficient, and that I definitely grant. It never was made for like real-time animations or anything like that. It's a lot better at like showing a static screen where nothing moves. Because yeah, literally every refresh frame, it is looping over every single pixel on the entire display and copying each color one by one. So there's like obviously lots of overhead with doing that. It's weird that it almost feels like it gets stuck partway through, which is interesting. Like half the update has completed, but not the other half, and then there's like these weird blocks for split seconds in there where it's like it started doing the update, but it hasn't finished yet. But it's like pausing long enough that you can actually see it. Very weird. The functionality, though, of the tab layout, all the drawing quirkiness aside, does seem to work. It's cycling through all the tabs correctly. The active ones are going to black. The inactive ones are going to gray. We're definitely ending up on the right pages because all of our shapes look correct. Obviously, we can't see the labels, but I assume those are probably fine as well. If we were to... I mean, I guess what we could do to see some of the labels, not quite all of them, not the ones on the tabs, we could just change this, and then we'd be able to see the labels on the pages, at least. I do need to get back around to it, though, and figure out what's wrong with bitmap label. Yeah, there we go. It is very weird. I'm pretty sure bitmap label, I've used it before, so something between the last time I used it and now must have changed somewhere. Could use more than 10 pixels of padding on the right, or on the left there. We're kind of cutting off the other little serif on the T. Not sure why that's actually is getting cut off. That's kind of weird. Occasionally we see two texts overlaid on top of each other, but I think that's part of the same issue with the refreshing. Like, for whatever reason, we're like pausing partway through a screen refresh, and that's when we're seeing that stuff. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it though. Obviously, like, gets a little wonky, but the core functionality works. And if we did the touch one instead of this auto cycling one, then of course it wouldn't be changing as fast, and so we'd still probably have the same problem when it is changing, but it would like work itself out the next refresh update, and then it would look fine after that until you touch again. So room for improvement, certainly, but basic functionality is there. Okay, now I am actually, I think, wrapping it up and heading out for the day. So thank you again to everybody for hanging out. C. Grover, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for your calibrator thing also. I just used that again yesterday on one of my devices, and it was very helpful. Dexter, thanks for hanging out. Paul, I think, took off a while ago, but thank you to Paul as well for hanging out, and the examples that they made for the tab layout stuff, the hot plug sensors and all that was really cool. Yeah, Tom, thank you as well. I think, Tom, if I recall right, I think that's what your name was. Thanks for watching and all of the updates that you've done lately, putting that information in the PR. I'll send you back, I'll write back a response in that PR, and I'll show you the way that I usually test stuff. But I do think the way you did it is totally fine as well. But you can shave a few steps out if you do want to. I'll write back to you on that PR sometime today. But yeah, thanks everyone, and I will catch you next time. Probably, so I'll definitely be back on next Saturday at 10 a.m. I think I will be back for Deep Dive next week, but it might be a different kind of a show next week. I'm not entirely sure. I still need to get with Scott and the rest of the team over at Adafruit and figure out what the schedule is for, not schedule, but like what the plan is for Deep Dive. So I don't know for sure if I'll be back or if I will, if I'll be alone or with Scott or what, but Deep Dive will be on Friday, whether it's me or Scott or both of us or something. Tune into that, and then I'll be back, of course, next Saturday, 10 a.m. Central Time, which is the time that I started today, as well as about almost 3 hours ago. So whatever time zone you're in, whatever time it was like a little bit less than 3 hours ago, that's what time I start on Saturdays, and so you can catch me next week as well. Oh, nice, Paul's back. Yeah, thanks for hanging out and all of the examples you've done, Paul. But yep, I'll catch you all later. Thanks again for watching.